Alright, so welcome to the first ever episode of Just My Opinion. Today we're going to be talking about double amplifiers, and I've got this video here I'd like to show you from Premier Guitar on Dumbles, and Ben Harper is talking about his OverDrive Special. And basically he tells a little story, or fairy tale if you will, about Alexander Dumble and his process of manufacturing the amps. So let's go ahead and hear this story.
When the chassis is metal, and when he put the clamps onto the metal, before there was one piece of solder in the whole thing, he said, I finally finished the frame of the amp. I guess it's the chassis, right?
Yeah.
And it was so well polished, and the welds and everything was that could have been in a museum.
Wow.
And he stuck a couple of the clips and put it on a scope, and it had zero charge. The metal frame for the amp had zero. There was nothing, no electrical magnetic pull coming from it.
As it should.
He said I've built these, and in the end, I've put my charge. I've gauged it, and it's had a 0.01 charge, and I had to start over.
Okay, so he's saying that the chassis had a 0.01 electrical charge of some sort. So picture yourself taking a metal screwdriver and put that metal screwdriver on a table. Take out your multimeter and apply both leads to the metal of that screwdriver. This is kind of the equivalent to what he's talking about, I think. You're not going to get a charge from that. Even if you take the ground lead and put it to a ground reference and then try to measure a charge on that screwdriver, there's not going to be a charge. And even if there was a charge on that metal, it's based on whatever's energizing it. It's variable. It's going to change. It's not like some permanent disfigurement or something like that. So anyway, listen to the last couple pieces.
Wow. So I mean, he makes sure that the frame doesn't have anything pulling that shouldn't be pulling. I mean, that's how serious he takes it.
So I guess he's saying that somehow a charge on the chassis would affect the sound of the amp overall. What do you guys think about that? Amp builders, if you come across this video, what are your thoughts on that? As far as I know, a chassis does not hold a charge unless it is energized, and if it is energized, that charge is variable, meaning it will change based on whatever charge is applied to it, and that should not really take away from the overall sound within the circuitry. And I'd like to say, as adults, I think we like to go back to this childlike mindset and believing in something magical or mythological, or assigning magical properties to something that is coveted, right? The Dumble amp is so coveted, right? And we just got this envision. If we could just play one, be on stage with one, we'd have this experience that would just change our lives eternally. And I think that's where most people are on the Dumbles. And this thing sounds so great. We hear a Dumble clone. If you put it up against a Fender Bassman or an Ampeg or something, is it really that much different? Does it really, cause you to ascend into the heavens, so to speak? Anyway, these are the kind of stories that keep Dumble in the mythological wheel of eternity. So I just wanted to share that with you and get your thoughts on that as well. And thanks for stopping by and listening to the first episode of Just My Opinion.